History facts your Rottweiler wants you to know. We know what Rottweilers resemble, and in the event that you are on this site, you in all probability gladly own a Rottweiler doggy or are hoping to get familiar with this excellent variety. Yet what's behind this variety and how was this delightful animal transformed from the beginning of time? What's behind this dark and tan canine that pulls in us to such an extent? By taking a gander at a Rottweiler's past, we are better ready to get him, the jobs he played. We can likewise observe why he acts in specific manners, why his body looks the manner in which it is. The reason Rottweiler preparing is significant and what made him the animal we take a gander at today. While the Rottweiler's past is somewhat obscured and not so much archived, there is conviction things may have gone along these lines. History facts your Rottweiler wants you to know, directly from a Rottweiler mouth. The origin of my name. My name is Rottweiler. You may definitely know this, however it's worth referencing that I am called along these lines since I was habitually discovered working in Rottweil, an enchanting town situated in southwest Germany, somewhere close to the Black Forest and the Swabian Alps. The name of this town gets from the German words repetition will, which means red tile. In fact, on the off chance that you are fortunate to visit this town, you'll see numerous homes embellished with red tiles. However, the best part is that you'll see a wonderful Rottweiler sculpture raised in my respect. I figure all Rottweiler sweethearts should visit this town one day and snap a photo other than this sculpture. A butcher's best friend. What sort of work was I doing in the red-roofed town of Rottweil? I was grouping steers to the market and was likewise a butcher pooch, for sure. I was regularly known as Rottweil's butcher canine. I was pulling trucks stacked with products and butchered meat at the market, and the butcher used to tie pockets loaded up with his well-deserved cash around my neck. The cash was certain sheltered along these lines. In any case, being a butcher canine wasn't generally my unique occupation. Well before that, I was really working with dairy cattle. A role in history. My history likely goes back to the Roman Empire. As a relative of the antiquated Roman drover hounds, I was specifically reared to be an intense treat, a rough pooch equipped for working various types of animals in an assortment of conditions. I was known for my flexibility, knowledge and guarding senses. What's more, prepare to have your mind blown. I even assumed a job in history walking with the Romans in their journey to vanquish Europe. I went with troops who relied upon crowds of dairy cattle for nourishment since in those days there was no methods for refrigeration. My activity was to keep the crowd, the dairy cattle, together and watch them around evening time. We traversed the Alps, right into southern Germany, where I kept grouping for the following 2 centuries, much after the Romans were gone, as they were driven out by the Swabians. An unemployed worker. I was destined to be a working pooch. That is the reason I am continually searching for something to do. Lamentably, as the years passed by, Europe turned out to be very industrialized and the railways turned into the fundamental way animals were moved to the market. To compound the situation, a law was passed restricting dairy cattle from being rolled over streets, so the requirement for my crowding capacities declined. Unfortunately, I stayed jobless for quite a while and our numbers declined drastically. Simply imagine that by 1882, just a single Rottweiler appeared at a canine show in Heilbronn, and not just that Rottweiler was a poor delegate of my variety. Flexibility was my second name. Fortunately for me, during World War I there was an incredible interest for police hounds in Germany, so our numbers were on the ascent and individuals were keen on me once more. This time, however, I was utilized for various assignments. I am an adaptable canine, you know. I was used as a detachment, watchman, draft and rescue vehicle hound. In 1907, the Maine Rottweiler Club was established in Germany, and in 1924, 2,400 Rottweilers were enrolled. Be that as it may, our greatest ascent in ubiquity happened in the mid-1990s, when more than 100,000 of us were enrolled with the American Kennel Club. However, being famous isn't in every case great. Unreliable reproducers and little dog plants began rearing with cash as their well-being and our overall quality went significantly down. Fortunately, legitimate and committed reproducers interceded to make something happen and change us in the brilliant mutts you see today. The modern Rottweiler. As observed, I sure have experienced a ton. My wide chest, ripped body, quality and endurance are an impression of my past legacy. On the off chance that you see me get fretful when you don't practice me enough and give enough mental incitement, this is on the grounds that I was destined to be a working pooch. I am as yet adaptable. You can utilize me as a help hound, individual security hound, treatment hound, and so on. What's more, by the day's end, when you investigate my eyes, you'll despite everything see my smart, alert and intrepid articulation that made me the pooch I was intended to be.